Greetings, everybody. This is a special Mother's Day message from Life According to Dana. Just wanted to take a moment to encourage, uplift all the moms out there today. I just wanted to take a moment, woman to woman, and just give you just a little bit of my life experience, and hopefully in my story you'll be encouraged and uplifted as well. I just, sometimes we hear everything through the lens of a male voice, in the form of teachers, preachers, pastors, whatever. But I just, as a woman and a mom, I just wanted to take a moment to tell you thank you, to tell you you are appreciated and you are a special treasure. Moms are unique individuals. There is no cookie cutter version of a mother. Everyone has a different story about their mom. Everybody has a different life experience. Some of us, may have had moms that, in our opinion, were perfect, and other people, in their opinion, their mom needed some work. Well, let me just give you this: none of us are perfect. And if you don't know the whole story, which I doubt you do, you really can't make a total judgment. A lot of times we experience our mother's pain and we don't even recognize it as pain. We don't know the traumas or all of the traumas they experienced as children coming up, which helped form what they became as an adult. So I ask for grace and mercy for moms everywhere, because if you don't know their story, and as I said, I doubt very seriously that you know all of it. And a lot of times we think we know, but we don't. I just ask that you extend the same grace and mercy that you want someone to extend to you in the area of mothers. My mom and I, we had the typical mother daughter relationship. I went through most of my 20s thinking that she just didn't want me to be happy because she was miserable, and basically told her that. And I was so wrong. What it really was she didn't want me to make the same mistakes that she had made. She may not have communicated that to me where I could grasp it, but she was trying to tell me something, but I didn't get it till much later in life. But before my mom went home to be with the Lord, she was my best friend. And I talked to her every single day. If it was nothing but maybe like a minute conversation saying, "Hey, how you doing? You need anything? Love you." I miss that so much because my mom had that assurance for me, where no matter where I was in the world, no matter what was going on, once I heard my mom say to me that it was going to be okay, she brought a peace in that statement that no one else ever has or will, I believe, to me. She brought a calm to me. Once I heard her say it's going to be okay, baby, or you're going to be fine, or her to remind me who I was, I will never forget. I had just went through this big blow up in my marriage. I had lost everything again for the second time in a year, and my marriage blew up, the church blew up, everything blew up simultaneously, and I was undone. And I felt like I needed somebody to sympathize with what I was going through. Now remember, we're talking about mothers, and God gives us what we need. So here I was thinking she was, going to come by and let me cry on her shoulder. She was never that person. But for some reason in my mind, I had played it up, and we are guilty women of this. We play things up in our mind the way we think they should be or the way we think they should go. And then when they don't, you kind of standing there a little bit dumbfounded, because this was me that day. So my mom comes, she calls, said, "I'm coming by." And I said, "Okay, mom." And she came to the house, and I noticed she was carrying this manila envelope. And I was like, "What in the world?" But so she came in the house, and then she looked me in my face. And my mother was like a little petite, little light skinned lady. I look like her, but I'm not built like her. She was just tiny. And she had these beautiful hazel eyes. And I remember she just looked at me and she handed me this envelope. And I said, "What's this?" And she said, "Open it." And so I opened this envelope, And there were all my awards, my Regent scholarships that I had got from high school, certificates of achievement from the military. All these accolades were in this envelope. And I was like, okay, yeah, okay, why are you giving me this? She said, where is this woman? Where is this girl? Where is my daughter? You don't get to stay in this place. Get up and keep moving. I promise you, I was so mad at my mother. I wanted to push her out the door, but she startled me back to what I needed to be. She didn't give me a pity party. She didn't let me stay and wallow in what was happening. She reminded me of who I was. And she told me to get up. Don't dare die there. And I remember, as I think back even now, how important a message that was. What a pivotal moment in my life my mother and I had, and we shared. And I tell you this, that was I can say one of the 3 times in my life at that point where I remember my mother being used to like shake me out of the funk I was in. And I thank God for that moment because I did just what she told me to do. I shook it off and everything that had happened, and I came back to myself and I put my focus back where it needed to be. I remember so many occasions where she was my sound voice. And I miss that. I miss being able to call her and say, Mom, such and such and such and such. Really, baby? And, laughing with her, joking with her. But you know what? Her time was up for that role in my life. And she put in me what you're seeing now. So every day that I'm on this earth is a tribute to my parents, to my mom, to my dad. But because I'm talking about mothers, I'm specifically talking about her. My grandmother, she was a strong woman, but her daughter, my mom, and her had an advantageous relationship, just like me and my mom had. I didn't understand the dynamics of it, but as I got older and my mom began to open up about things, then I understood it a little bit better. So I'm encouraging you to have these conversations with your mom. You might be surprised because the grandparents that you know are not the parents that we knew. So the people that you're seeing have years of experience, but they didn't have that experience when they were raising your parents. So, but for all the moms, be encouraged. Know you are appreciated. For those grandmoms that have stepped up to the plate, happy Mother's Day to you too. Because you stepped up and you did something that your child wasn't able to do for various reasons. But I applaud you because you stepped into the gap and you're rearing your grandchildren now. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge you and tell you you are appreciated. For those aunties that are doing the same thing that some of the grandmoms are doing, thank you. You're appreciated. You're valued. And the input that you're placing into the lives of those children, into the lives of everyone around you is valued and appreciated. There are so many versions of mothers in the world today. And I just want to tell you all, thank you for your contributions. Thank you for being the moms. And you're celebrated too. I just want to acknowledge you in that. The church mothers, the church I came up in, different era, but those church mothers, they would get you. They would tell you, baby, no, that's not how we dress here. And they might hand you a safety pin, and if you press them, they might sew your stuff up because they all had sewing kits. And I loved that dynamic. I didn't understand it, but ooh wee, I do now because looking at some of the stuff that goes on, yeah, I get it now. And so I appreciate you too, church mothers, and just for all those that, as I say, that you're standing in the gap in a mom's role. Thank you, and you are appreciated and you are valued, and I applaud you all for what you're doing. Just wanted to take a moment and say happy Mother's Day to you all. Be encouraged. be uplifted. And I just pray that you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Again, happy Mother's Day.